Okay, hello everyone. I hope you can see and hear me okay. I'm just trying to come through to you now live. So hi everyone and welcome to week 3 of the Spiritual Events Awakening Your Inner Power show. I'm Donna Ferguson, the host and the producer of the Spiritual Events Awakening Your Inner Power show. I'm also the host and producer of Unique Vibrations Midday Show and the Extraordinary Women's Interview Series. So today I want to welcome you all here. Let me just go across and make sure that we are live here. Not yet, but it will come through very shortly. Welcome, and thank you so much everyone for taking some time out. I really am very grateful that you do take time out of your day and spend it with me. So please feel free to open the conversation with your comments and how you're feeling today so that we can get started on today's show. Today I'm going to ask you first up how you're all feeling, and last week if you watched the show, how you felt with the little processes that I gave you, left you with to do, and you know whether the feelings came up that might have been a little bit overwhelming or perhaps some tiredness. I know it's been a harsh week this past week. There's been a lot of sickness around, and it's really important to stay strong and really build that energy level through good eating, you know, hydrating well, all those sorts of things. So apart from that, were there any other signs going on for you that you may have seen or heard of? And maybe there was a feeling that something didn't sit quite right with you in the past week and you weren't able to name it. Let me just let you into a little secret. Last week, I actually had this going on for me, and it wasn't until I had a conversation with somebody yesterday and we did a process and actually released all of that. So it was a simple conversation that I'd had with somebody a few days before, and I just couldn't understand why I felt the way I had during the course of, you know, the first half of this week. So I was extremely thrilled that I was able to get rid of that before today so I can bring you the energy that you all deserve. Wow. So let me know, please, if you can hear me. I'm still just trying to get on here to the spiritual directories, and I can't see where it's going live yet, but happy to acknowledge all of those that are here already. And here we go. Yes, we are live. Finally, we're live. Awesome. I've just got to bring that up. So here we go. Hello and welcome everyone. So hi Sarah, thanks for joining me. Who else have we got here? Michelle, thank you very much for joining me today, Michelle. Deb, welcome. And Helen Thompson, welcome to the show today. And what have we got here? I don't know if I've got the right glasses on. I can see some things and not others. So just let me swap those over. We've got Deb, not feeling great, been feeling a bit depressed. Look, you know, that's a horrible feeling for anyone, and I do realize that, you know, there is a lot going on out there. I don't know if something else is contributing to that for you. There are some things that you can do to just help with that, and, you know, of course, I would highly recommend that, you know, if you're on medication for that, that you do seek advice through medical profession. It's not, you know, something that I can just recommend that you do or don't do in relation to that. However, some things that do help you along with that is perhaps a little bit of meditation and tapping into your inner self to just find out a little bit more about what might be causing that, and even seeking some alternate healing treatments. There's plenty of people on this page. I can certainly recommend some people to you as well, Deb. You know, I really do highly recommend that you look after yourself really well, take some self-care, and understand, you know, where your depression is stemming from, so that that can perhaps be worked on a little more from an external source as well. So, you know, it's really important. I know, you know, there's people around me that I have seen that have suffered from this as well. So I really do understand that it's really quite a hard thing to deal with, and it's very tumultuous, not only for you, but for those around you as well. And I'm sure that they're doing everything they can to support you. So, you know, maybe a little bit of meditation, maybe keeping yourself really well hydrated with water, and, you know, maybe there's something that you're ingesting in other areas, whether that's something you're hearing, people around you that perhaps need to be just deflected a little bit to one side, so that you're not taking that on. It could even be somebody else's energy that is coming through for you. So I really do, my heart goes out to you. I really do feel for you. I'm not a medical professional, and I'm certainly not a healer as such. I do work very much with mindset. However, when it comes to things like depression, I'm certainly not the expert in that area. So, but if I can help you or offer you some support in some way, please let me know. And you know, I really do wish you. Yeah, it's hard to cope. I do understand. Helen, everything was too much. Yes, I understand exactly what you're saying there. It really was a big week in so many ways. As I said, a lot of illness around colds and flus, and other varieties of colds and flu were tripping into people's lives, and it was really a hard week to deal with. Thanks, Helen. Nice to see, or nice to have you here as well. Oh, excellent. I'm glad you can see and hear me really well. That's great. And I'm glad you're feeling better this week. That's beautiful. Life seems to be about betrayal and abandonment. Yet I live this life with a duality of the opposite also exists. You know what? There's so much that you can do in relation to that, and there's many processes that, you know, I can offer to get you started on those things. So please feel free to private message me through my Facebook page, uniquevibrations.com. I'm certainly happy to offer you some advice or have a quick chat with you, see what we can work out. There are some things that you can do, you know, to really work through that. So that's, you know, I can offer you that today. David, hi David, how you going? On a legal matter, depending on what you're exactly after, David, you know, I'm not a legal person. There are very tight guidelines in relation to that, but, you know, certainly if you wanted to share with me more about that, I'm happy to guide you as well as I can if I'm able to, and I'm certainly not going to say that that's something I definitely can do. I'm not like I said, I'm not a medium, I'm not a spiritual psychic. I'm not in a position to do that. However, I'd be happy to offer you some support in some way if that's what you're after. Hi Adrian, how you going? Thanks for joining me. Tina, welcome. And do you have any guidance for me, please? Lynn, depending what you're after, Lynn, as to how I can guide you. As I said, you know, I'm not a psychic, I'm not a medium, so I don't have those qualities that I bring to the show. What I do bring you is some guidance for mindset and inner ability to work through what's going on with you. I can certainly do that for you. Lynn Creighton, any messages? As I said, you know, not a psychic or not a medium, so I'm not able to offer that. David, you're very welcome. Helen, very grateful for having you here as well, so thank you. Today, I do want to talk about, previously last week, we were talking about vibrational energy, and we were talking about, you know, some quick exercises that can be done in relation to that. So please feel free to go back and review those last week's show so that you are able to have a look at that a little bit further, and there might be something in that that you can pick up that just lifts your vibrational frequency and your energy, that will be able to assist you into that. All of those things definitely bring awareness and to your consciousness, and therefore, you know, taking some time out for that 10 minutes a day just to sit and breathe and be conscious of your breathing to bring you back to center and hold you in the right space that you want for the day. So, you know, if you have any more questions, please feel free to ask away, and we'll come back to those shortly. For now, I want you to take a moment to close your eyes. I just want to run you through just a little bit of a breathing process, just taking a few deep breaths in and out. So just closing your eyes and taking a deep breath in and letting that breath go nice and slowly right till the end of the breath. And notice where your breathing's coming from. You know, are your breaths coming from shallow in your chest, or are they coming from deeper down within your diaphragm area? And when you are breathing, if they are shallow breaths, what does that feel like when you go deeper? Does it bring up some emotions? And you know, this is all about your alignment, and you know how you're feeling in this moment is really important to step into the process of raising your vibration. So just again, a deep breath in, keeping your eyes closed and really tapping into that energy that comes with your breath, and how your breath can start to make you feel more centered, and you know how you're going to become more aware of where your breathing comes from, and how you can just quickly do this exercise at any time just to bring you back to your center is really great. You know, once you understand your subconsciousness of the things that you do on a daily basis, like breathing, sleeping, walking, you know, many things that we have on our autopilot process that you don't need to think about. When you do tap into that and really feel that breath, then it really does, and sometimes can make you feel quite emotional, and it can really make you start to become more conscious of those things as you do them. You know, like I said, there's several things that happen on a daily basis that you don't have to think about. You know, it's like when you're learning to drive a car, you have to be aware and conscious of every movement that you're making in that car. You know, putting your foot on the clutch if it's a manual, putting it into gear, or actually you start the car first. But those things, as you learn to drive and you become more comfortable with that, it's an automation. You get in the car, you pop it, you know, you pop it where it needs to go, depending on whether you're manual or automatic, turn the keys on and off you go, and you often don't think about it. So, you know, these things once you go back to the conscious awareness of it, of where you're sitting today in that moment that you're doing it, and any moment throughout your whole day. This is or can be a really big step, because, you know, this is where you're wanting to be asking yourself, how do I feel today? How do I feel in my body? What's there that I wouldn't normally have taken notice from? Have I got any aches and pains, any niggles? Do I know where that even comes from? And you know what the triggers are that are causing those things. And once you can understand this part of your life, then you can really start to open up and know where and how it has developed through your life, where it started, what the triggers are, and how you can let go of that. So let me know how you're feeling about that. I'd love to know. And also, we have, you know, your emotions. Do your emotions get triggered every day? You know, or, you know, at the beginning of the day, are you feeling strong? Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling happy or emotional? And what events can trigger that during the course of the day to set those emotions off, and where that comes from. You know, when did those emotions, that particular emotion, start, and what was said that actually caused that emotion to change? So there's many things that you can tap into there. Mentally, are you in the right headspace to be able to do what you want to do? Have you set your intentions? How can you improve on your day to day from yesterday? What did I do great yesterday that I can actually move forward and utilize in my day to day, and build on that from the start, from the get go, from the moment you wake up? And, you know, are you focused? Are your intentions strong for the day? What are you wanting to achieve today? You know, what can you do better to increase your success for that day? And are your aches and pains maybe moving through and releasing, or are they perhaps some old ailments that are still there and you mentally don't want to let go of them because that emotion is still attached to you within? So again, I ask that you let me know if you've got any comments there at all, what you're feeling, what you're thinking, how I can assist you in that way, and also how you feel spiritually today. You know, when you're in silence, when you're meditating, are you asking the right question before you go into that meditative state? The ability to ask a question and receive the answer through meditation, and while you're allowing the mind to quieten, really can be very powerful. And that's where you can start manifesting a whole lot more in your life. Again, you know, feel free to make some comments there and let me know what's going on. I'd really appreciate it. Often that can be one part of the puzzle that's missing, and through that whole ability of being aligned in all four areas of your life, connecting and redirecting the challenges that come your way, and finding a new way to lead onwards from that point. Once you understand what that emotion or that trigger is, and you're able to let go of that, there's many layers as we come through life that build on that, and that same emotion may come up, but there's going to be a different trigger or a different emotion or experience that's caused that. And, you know, by doing the layers one by one and being able to let go of that is really where you start to become so aligned in all areas of your life that it will really start to empower you, and you'll be able to overcome that low vibrational energy or frequency that you're playing in at the moment, and really start to awaken that inner power further. It's all very much a part of that unconscious block that you don't realize there. You know, these unconscious blocks elude you throughout your life until you know how to tap into them. Doing the processes permit you to raise high enough to start receiving more and start achieving your real goal and aspirations and successes that you so deserve in life. And, you know, this is where I get really passionate, because everyone deserves the right to success. Not everyone wants great success. Some people just want to be successful in, you know, something small, while others are running businesses and really want to develop their business to go to another level. Those glass ceilings that you absolutely cannot see are what is holding you back. And sometimes that's self-sabotage. So look at what that is and how you're going. Hi, Mandy, how are you going? What exactly are you after, Mandy? If you want to pop something a little bit more clarity in that, and we'll see what we're able to offer you. And, you know, the unconscious and subconscious blocks that impede you from being able to move forward, in most cases, you're not even aware that those exist. So like I said, until you can tap into those triggers and start moving forward on those layers and unpacking them and moving forward, you know, those ceilings and those subconscious blocks are always going to be with you. So we'll see what Mandy has in a little bit. So alignment in all areas of your life is such an important part of being able to decimate those limitations that you currently feel and see in your life. These blocks are things eluding the people that, you know, the blocks are what also allows you to attract what you have in your life. And so if you're on a lower vibrational energy, that's what you're attracting into your life. And unless you want more of the same, then you really have to start making some changes. And making those changes by taking action, by reinventing who you are and becoming really true to yourself. You know, we can all evolve or dissolve in our business and in our life. And I would say that, you know, it's really important that if you're going to dissolve, then, you know, somebody recently that I interviewed on my series said, not only do you dissolve and become stagnant, you actually start to step into struggle. And that's what a lot of people are not aware of. And I totally agree with that, because it's really important to understand how to step out of that and step up into who you were born to be. We all have a gift that we've been given, and it's really important to step up into that and create more for yourself, because you deserve it, you're worth it, and you know, you have something that is truly valued, and there's somebody out there who wants to hear your message. So open up your voice, open up your chakras to be able to create that for you. How are we going, Mandy? Financial. Okay, financial is again coming back to old patterns and behaviors. You know, what was the communication or the quality of the communication around financial situations when you were growing up? Is it something that's triggered from your childhood? Because you don't have to own that energy. You can certainly move past that energy, release it. It's not yours to own. You know, this is something, if you have grown up in, you know, and during your childhood, if that was something that you grew up with, then I strongly recommend that you start looking at when that financial situation started, and how to move through that to let go of those behaviors that are not yours to own. And, you know, there are some things that I certainly am very aware of to be able to move through that. There are some processes that I can certainly look at for you. If you were interested, I would invite you to message me on my Facebook page, Unique Vibrations Facebook page, and I'm certainly very happy to look at that for you and see what, you know, what we can do there. Have a chat, see where you're up to, and work through that with you. You know, that can be easily released, and I'm more than happy to look at that for you. So if that's something you'd be interested in, Mandy, then let me know. You know, even commenting here, I'd be more than happy to come through that and have a look and make a note and you know, connect with you so that we can look at that. Because a lot of the time that the blocks or the situations that we are in at the moment certainly have come through from energies that we've brought with us through our life. And don't forget, there's lineage cords that we bring into this life with us. So it could even be from way back then. And as I said, there are some processes that we can do to actually release those. And I'd be more than happy to assist you in that, you know, by having a chat, see exactly where you're up to, what we can do to look into that for you and actually start working on that for you. So please feel free to do that and really start building a financially successful life that you deserve to have as well. So, you know, let me know. I'm very grateful that you've been so honest and put that up there, because I know with a lot of people, sometimes they don't always like to be so open about things. But look, you know, if there's something more specific within that content of the question, then we can chat about that further. So let me know. You know, I really do want everyone to be successful. That's what my business is about. It's about creating success for others. And, you know, abundance and success come in so many different packages. So it's really important to understand that, you know, while you're looking at these situations that you're in at the moment, you know, it's important to look past that and visualize where you're up to in your life and where you want to be. But I have a really powerful process that can help you move through that. So let me know if you're interested in that, Mandy. More than happy to help you. And, you know, that covers where I was sort of going with this, because those blocks that are in your life that are causing that alignment to be out of sync come from all sorts of things.